Hi, in this tutorial I am going to explain exploratory testing. This tutorial going to answer some of your exploratory testing related questions which you are likely to find in exams like ISTQB, CST, etc. Exploratory testing is a test design technique where tester actively controls the design of tests as those tests are performed and use information gained while testing to design new and better tests. In exploratory testing, the approach here is taken to continuously find the defects and see where the system breaks. So there is minimum planning, what to do and what not to do. Here everything is done to see the defects in the product, and the maximum level of test execution is done here, and the planning involved here is usually based on the available product or data, and the time limit that we have here is limited usually, and that is why exploratory testing makes sense. So when the exploratory testing is going to be useful, it is useful when you don't have much specifications by customer on product. So that is the case when you have to go actively look for the defect in the product. Then there are limited test conditions. Also, when there are conditions which are not in your control, you have to use some of the virtual machines to test the product in multiple operating systems. So that is the time you are going for exploratory testing. Also, when you have limited time, you will go for this type of testing. Then comes formal test process, which you are going to follow when you do your typical automated test, manual test. That's the time you are going to use the exploratory testing. Then comes learning new system. When you are given a product, that is the time you learn about that system. You try to find out how that system is going to help you, how that system is likely to break, where the performance is less or more or not within the specification. That is the time when you are going to learn about that system, and this type of testing is exploratory testing. So here the test design and execution activities are performed parallel without formally documenting any test conditions. So when you are not documenting, you are exploring the system. Here test cases or test scripts are written. This does not mean that other or more formal testing techniques will not be used. They will be used. For example, tester may decide to use boundary value analysis, but think through and test what is most important for this boundary value, and without necessarily writing them down. Some notes will be written during this testing and included in the test deliverables later. So this type of testing is similar to error guessing, but it is more of an informal approach, and there is less amount of documentation and more fault checking. So the fault attack and fault check type of systems are practiced within this exploratory testing. The fault attack is basically directed and focused attempt to evaluate the quality, especially reliability of a test object by attempting to force specific failures to occur. So as you can see, the fault attack system which you do within the exploratory testing will likely to cause more defects, and that is what we usually do in exploratory testing. Now you know what exactly is exploratory testing, and I hope this information helps you for your ISTQB preparation. and I will see you in next tutorial. Bye.